of our recipe book app, and today we are going to continue on that recipe book app, and we are going to add routing in it. So this is what we have built previously on the previous thing, and it is working like this. I think tool shopping list was also working. Yeah, it is working, and this drop down is also working. So all these things were there. So now we are going to add the, as I have told, we are going to add the routing to it. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm here in the app, and now the first thing which we are going to do is to create a routing file, which we don't have, because we have created this app without taking the routing. So we can do that in the app folder. I'll create a app routing dot module.ts file. Okay, so here increase the font size a bit. Okay, and add ng module. So it's like this routing file is a lot like our imports. Okay, so it is a lot like our app.module.ts file only. Okay, router module dot for root, it will be app routes, which we are soon going to create this app routes, and then okay, comma, and here exports router module, export this router module, and export class app routing module. Okay, so app routing module, so this router module and all these things, it is giving us error. So quick fix also won't solve the problem. We have to do something here. Okay, so let me do one thing, app dot module dot ts. Okay, anyways, even with that it will not fix it, because this thing, okay, it will fix it. Okay, because this we have to bring it from angular router anyway, so it is on it. Okay, so now we have to create this routes. So this routes we have to create. So how we are going to create this route? Const app routes is, so this let it be routes. Okay, and then routes equal to, and array. Okay, and then path is like this, comma, redirect to is recipes, comma, path match is full. So this is very important, path match is full, because this is the root directory and we are going to go to the recipes. Okay, so path match is full is very important, and then after that path is recipes and component is recipes component, and recipes component is imported. Okay, let me do Control C, Control V, and this will be shopping list, and this will be shopping list component, and shopping list component is imported. Okay, so that is done, and everything except this route is imported, so it is giving us error. So let me come here and add routes. Okay, so now see, no error are there and it is created. Okay, and now finally we can go to the app module. Okay, if we have created this router ahead only when we were creating an Angular app, this all skeleton will have been created, but we have not done that time. It's much better to see how to do it manually, then you always know how to do it through the command line. But we cannot do it through the command line. When creating this Angular app, there is an option which comes there. You have to choose the routing. Okay, app routing module, and it got imported. Why this space is there? Save it. Okay, and the app routing module is there. Now we will show a router outlet. So router outlet means basically that router outlets only shows everything, so instead of the earlier code. So for that we have to go to app.compose. So we have a very weird kind of logic there. Okay, I'll go and see if loaded features recipe, then show recipe, or I'll show something else. So these all features we won't have right now, and we will have a router outlet like this. Our router outlet will be there. Save it. Now if I go back here, and first thing first, there is no error. Let me see. No error. Shopping list is okay. Both of them are to recipes. Okay, something is wrong. Oh, I know what is wrong. Okay, we have not yet fixed the header. Shopping list, I'll type here. Now it will go to shopping list. Recipes, I'll type, it will go to recipes, because we have not yet fixed the thing in the clicking thing. Just the routes are created, it doesn't mean that we can click and go there. No, we cannot go so easily, because we have to now change it to the header component which shows this thing, this links. Okay, so we'll go to the header dot component dot ts file, and here first we'll remove the output. This output we don't require anymore. Actually we don't require anything like this. Let me bring it here also, and implements on init also we don't need, so let me remove that also. Implements on init, this all will go away, and the header component will be so simple. So now in the HTML file, header component.html file. Okay, so header component.html file will come, and this navbar is there. So this href hash is there. So href hash, actually it's reload the file, so it is not useful. So instead of this href hash, first thing is that we are going to have it instead of this, and this on select and all those things will also not be there. So let me remove it, and instead of that we'll have a router link equal to equal to recipes. Okay, equal to recipes. Similarly here also we don't need all these things, all this logic will go away, and here we are going to have a router link equal to shopping list which we have. So this shopping list thing will be there, and actually there is a bootstrap thing also. For that we want to see the active routes. So for that, this router link active, there is something which is router link active. So we can do this thing, and we will make it equal to the, there is a bootstrap active class, so we'll make it equal to that router link active equal to bootstrap active class, and then I say control it and save it, and then I save it, and then now the moment of truth, I'll come back here and it is working fine. And see, this highlighting is also working, so this is also working because of that. Okay, so this is done. Now there are a lot of other issues also. So notice closely here, it is refreshing. This is never a good thing in a Angular or a React application, so because it should never reload. It messes up with a lot of things. It messes up with the state in the React also, it messes in React, and in Angular also it messes up with the thing. And this thing comes from the href, because we have href at some places and it is coming because of that, so we have to remove the href. So I will go to control E, recipe item component.html. I'll go, and there is href here, and instead of this href, what I am going to do, I am going to do a style equal to cursor pointer. I will make, okay, cursor pointer. Let me save it. Let me go back now. No refresh. Okay, there is no refresh now. So there are reloading at some other places also, so we have to fix those also, because they will always cause the problem. Okay, so that is recipe detail component dot html, and here see this hrefs are there, edit and delete recipe. So this also we are going to change style equal to cursor pointer. Save it. Okay, let me copy it, because we are going to change at some other places also. Header.html also we are going to change. See, here also we have at 3 other places. Okay, so it's better to change it ahead of time only, because it causes more, although we are not going to do it right now, but yeah, it is okay. So now all our reloading issues are solved. Now we'll be implementing a child route for each recipe. So, and child route for each recipe, and we will be creating a new component also, which is known as recipe start. That will be the child route. So for that, we'll create the component through the command line, and I don't like this terminal. Git bash I like. Okay, so this is there, and here only we can do it ng gc recipes and recipe start. I'll do so. This is done, and where is in the recipes, where this recipe start, and here I will come, and here h3. See what we are going to do. We're going to do one thing. This please select a recipes, that we're going to make a component for that, and there is a reason for that. Please select a recipe, save it. Now in the recipes dot component dot html file will go, and here instead of this recipe list and recipe detail and all this logic and g template and all these things. We are going to remove all these things and we are going to put a router outlet here. Okay, save it. Now in the routing file, which is app the routing module.ts file, we'll go, and here in the recipes component is there, so recipes component comma children, okay, and then we are going to have this path. So recipes component and path is empty, then it is component is component is recipe start component. Recipe start component is done, and path is id comma component is not recipe start component, this one is recipe detail component, and that is also imported. So save it. Now we need to do some cleanup of them because we have done a lot of bad kind of coding here without routing. Without routing, a lot of bad kind of coding was done, but that was recorded because we didn't that time. As I told yesterday also, I should have created it earlier. Okay, so now the first thing is the recipe detail component dot ts. I'll go, and here this input I don't need, so input I'll remove, and this is not coming as an input anymore. Save it. Now in the recipe item component.html will go. Here there is no click, so we'll delete that. Save it. Now recipe item component.ts file will go, and here this on selected is there. We'll remove on selected. On selected will remove. Okay, now recipe dot service dot ts file will go, and here everything is okay, but we have to add a new thing. Get recipe index number and return this dot the recipes of index. So whatever the index will pass, we will get the selected one. So single recipe. Save it. Now we'll go to recipe detail component.ts file. Here we are going to go, and here after this recipe we'll have a id of number. Then we'll have the concept of that activated route which we have learned earlier. So private route is activated route. So this activated route is there. Then ng on in it. Okay, activated route is there. Yeah, in ng on in it we'll do this dot route dot params dot subscribe, and there we are going to have this params which is of the type params, and it is giving me error because we have to import it. It is also from the router. Okay, this dot id equal to plus params id. So we are doing plus because we will get the string from the your server, a string from that params, and that we have to convert into number, because that then only we can get the recipe, because in the recipe we will need a single number. So number, we are converting a string number into a simple number. Okay, this dot recipe equal to this dot recipe service dot get recipe, and which will be this dot id. Okay, save it. Now let us check it out. So recipes is there. Now let me do one, and one is been done. Noodles is been done. Let me do 0, and biryani is done. So because anyways the array start from zeros. So now we will have to enable the links to work. We cannot go like this. Enable the links to work, and for this we'll pass the index first from the recipe list component .html file. So recipe list component .html file is there, and here let I equal to index, and after this we don't have any on selected or something like this. We will not have, and we'll remove this, and instead of, we will be passing the index equal to I. This will be passing, the I will be passing. Then after that recipe item component.ts file will go, and then here we'll have this at input index number. We'll have, save it. Now the HTML file for this will go, and in this, here in the pointer thing, we're going to have a router link. Router link will be there, equal to index router link equal to index, and router link active equal to active will be there. Save it. Now let me go back, and here 0 1 0 1 recipe book. Please select a recipe is also coming, and this is h3 I'm selecting, and it is working fine. See, this is also changing. Come here, nothing recipes is coming. 0 1. Okay, so it is working fine. Now we will add the logic to add or edit a recipe. So this okay, so for that we have to create a recipe edit component, which you don't have. So let us do that again through the command line. We'll do nggc recipes and recipe edit. I'll do okay, recipe edit have done, and it's going. So let me close some of them, and there we'll go to app routing module.ts file. I'll go, and after this here we'll come, and in the children only we are doing it, and path is new comma component is recipe edit component, recipe edit component, and it is not taking because we have to import it. Okay, sometimes it doesn't takes. Okay, and then new will open this recipe edit component, and then first the comma should be there. It will be id comma edit, and this order is very important because id will select everything, and then it will be it will be a problem. Recipe edit component will be there. Okay, now it is giving some error or what? Okay, this comma is expected here. Okay. Now no error is there. No error is compiled successfully. So now where we are going to do, we are going to go to the recipe edit component.ts file, which we have just created, and here the first thing which I'm going to do, id number, and we are going to use it for the new recipe also, so the same component will be used there. So for that reason we are going to have a edit mode equal to false, and private route is activated route, and we have to import the activated route we have imported, and in the ng on init we are going to have this dot route dot parents dot subscribe, and not like this but similar, that similar thing. Params is params okay, and this dot id equal to plus params id, and this dot edit mode equal to params id not equal to null. Save it. Okay, so now we'll hook the button to create the new recipe. Okay, so for that, recipe list component.html will go, and from there, because this new recipe button we are fixing. Okay, from recipe list component.html, so this new recipe is here, so we'll do click equal to on new recipe. This we are going to create on new recipe. Okay, now let me copy this, and recipe list component dot recipe list component dot ts file is here. So here we'll go, and after this, first thing we should do this, and let us then go ahead. We have to import something here. After this services, we have to import the router. Private router is router comma private route is activated route. So okay, that is done. Something is there. I've recently taken this laptop. Okay, word wrap should be there. Okay, the word wrap was not there. Recently taken purchased this laptop, so and new VS Code installation. Okay, so activated route is there. Now we have to use it. This dot router dot navigate and new comma relative to this dot route, only this much. Okay, save it. Now let us come here and click on the new recipe. Recipe edit works, means it is working properly and it is taking us to the recipe edit component, although we are not going to work on the recipe edit component because forms are involved there. And then on the we'll also hook the button to edit a recipe. This with this thing we are going to hook. So for that we have to come to the recipe detail component.ts file and component.html. We have to come. Okay, and here on edit recipe is there. Here the click handler will be calling on edit recipe. On edit recipe it is calling. Then in the, let me save it, recipe detail dot ts file will go, and here again we have to use this router also here. So comma private router, but it's not again doing this. Okay, private router is router, Why the word wrap was not done? Every time I have to do it manually. Maybe I'll check later on Google. Okay, private router is router, and then after that, this on recipe we have to create. So I'll come here, and after this I will create the on edit recipe, and here this dot router dot navigate edit comma relative to this dot route. Save it. Now I'll go back and edit recipe edit works, edit recipe edit works. As I've told that this we are not going to do now, because this we are going to do in the forms part, because forms concept is required. And with this we come to an end with today's call. Hope you like this streaming. So this is the third part. Another two part is are there, in which I'm going to complete it. And please do subscribe to my channel, and I'm soon going to have an Angular bootcamp also on when. Yeah, so Angular bootcamp I am going to have on Sunday, next to next Sunday I'm going to have. So please do attend it if you want to attend. Means it will complete the bootcamp from 9 to 5, and in which I will going to talk everything, and it will be not on YouTube, it will be on the Zoom. So, and it is a paid camp. It is for 199 only. If you want to, I will send the link below this video also. You can register for the same, and you can learn Angular from me. Okay, so with this I am closing today's call. Thank you, and please do subscribe to my channel if you have not done it yet. Thank you.